And good evening and welcome to Waterbury Career Academy in Waterbury, Connecticut, the home of the Spartans for CIAC basketball here on DETSportsmedia.com. Good evening, this is Mitch Beck along with Zach Turner giving you all the sights and sounds of what is going to be an outstanding basketball meeting between the number 4 or number 1 in the state team, depending upon which list you're looking at, the Sacred Heart Hearts and the WCA boys basketball team. Head coach for WCA is Ronan O'Leary. The head coach for Sacred Heart is Jonathan Carroll. And I'm really excited about this one. This one's going to be a great game. For the visiting Hearts, starting is Connor Tierney. He will be number 0. Number 1 is Nate Tabor. Number 13 is Omar Rowe. Number 44 is Trayvon Duncan. And number 11 is Jamal Waters. For the home WCA Spartans, number 3, Langston Racine and Jonathan Edwards, number 1. They will be in the backcourt. Khalil Simon and Rafael Prado will be up front. And in center, number 22, Marquand Watson, averaging 22.8 points per game and 17 rebounds per game. So here we go. We're going to do the national anthem, and then we will be underway. Thank you for joining us for this DETSportsmedia.com production of Waterbury Career Academy and Sacred Heart Basketball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Waterbury Career Academy for tonight's basketball matchup between the visiting Sacred Heart Hearts and your Waterbury Career Academy Spartans. Prior to the game, we'd like to remind all spectators that the CIAC requires us to maintain high standards of courtesy, fair play, and sportsmanship. We ask that you show respect towards players, coaches, and officials. At this time, to honor America, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And once again, welcome back for CIAC Varsity Boys Basketball. Mitch Beck along with Zach Turner is on the camera and doing all the engineering for you. Our referee today is Randy Naiman. Umpire is Ray Pompano. We should have a really, really good contest. Sacred Heart is 7-1, and WCA is 3-3. Excuse me. Max Praps has Sacred Heart listed as the number 4 team in the state. Class 1, they're number 3. Game Time Connecticut, however, has them at number 1 overall. They had to come from behind to defeat St. Paul in their last game. They won 50-42, and the game before that, which we covered for you right here with DET Sports Media, they defeated Crosby 82-54. For WCA, they defeated Kennedy High School. We had that game for you. They defeated them 90-67, and also we had the contest against the Weaver Beavers that they lost 84-75. The Spartans are averaging 74.2 points per game and just playing very well overall. They're struggling here, though, at WCA. At home, they're 1-3, but on the road, they're 2-0. Against common opponents with Sacred Heart, they're 2-2. Sacred Heart on the other hand, is 5-0. They're 4-0 at home and 3-1 on the road, winners of 2 straight. And WCA has split their last 2. So that's the scene right now. And Connor Tierney, you see, is going to probably jump up here for the ball with Marquand Watson. Randy Naiman getting set to make the toss. Ronan O'Leary giving last-minute instructions to his Spartans. If the Spartans are able to play like they did against Kennedy, they should be able to hang with Sacred Heart. This should be a close contest, but a lot of it will be dependent upon how they play, and especially their star player, Marquand Watson. So, here we are, boys and girls. Let's get ready to play some basketball. Jonathan Edwards takes the ball off the tip, goes around Tierney, and he's fouled. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Just 5 seconds into the game. Watson initially got his fingers on the tip, but then Tierney knocked it backwards. Tierney is 6'11". He looks taller than that. Well, let's see what Edwards can do. He sets, shoots, and hits the first one. And we've got our first score of the game. Edwards showing, of course, his soccer proficiency. Sets for the second and shoots and gets the roll. And WCA showing press. Ball moving well. Dumped into the corner, a long shot for 2. That's Trayvon Duncan tying the score. Both teams showing a full court press. Edwards moves the ball around. Racine for a long 3. That one does fall short, and that's rebounded by Duncan. Nate Tabor throws it into the corner. A 3 from there, and that rolls across the top of the rim. It hits Tierney and goes out of bounds. It'll be Spartan ball. And again, showing a full court press. Racine and Edwards work the ball and get it across the half-court line. Racine double teamed momentarily, looks to penetrate, dishes off to Edwards. Edwards goes straight up and Tierney takes it away. Nice block. Sacred Heart. Tabor giving off into the corner to Duncan. Thrown all the way across. Ball is tipped but controlled. Waters back over to Tabor. Playing his tight zone is the Spartans. Ball goes off the glass. Tierney misses it. And that one's rebounded. And driven to the hoop. And another foul. Watson had the rebound. Watson's going to go to the line and shoot after bringing the ball all the way up. 6:29 remaining in the first quarter. 2 team fouls already on the visiting Hearts. Edwards throws it into Racine. He thinks 3 for a moment, decides against it, brings it up top, and sets up a play. Racine guarded by Omar Rowe. Thrown down to Watson. Watson pulls up for 3, gets partially blocked. Tierney picks it up and dishes it off. Tabor thinks about a 3, dumps it down low. Nice shuffle off to Tierney, and it's good. 4-2 for Sacred Heart. Watson pulls up, takes a shot, gets the back of the rim, and Tierney with the rebound. Here's Tabor. Throws it down low. Duncan for the 3. That one goes off the rim. Watson hits it over to Prado. And here comes Edwards with some speed. He goes straight up the line, pulls up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Spartans foul, number 44, Trayvon Duncan. His first.
That's
team's
Duncan's
third.
first, team's third. 5.5 left in the first. Makes the first.
Reeves first.
Tabor and Waters change places. Second shot goes up and comes off the rim, where it's rebounded by Tierney. And here comes Tabor. Tabor over to Duncan to Tierney. He fakes it across down the middle, down back low. The shot is missed and rebounded and put back in by Jamal Waters. Nice play, good effort. Racine has it, gives it back to Edwards. Edwards looks to push the issue and gives it away to Tabor. Tabor passes down below, and the biggest lead of the game now, Jamal Waters, makes it an 8-3 contest, and Ronan O'Leary calls a timeout. Oh, no, it was a foul. I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
Spartans foul number 24, Rafael Prado. His first, team's first. At the line, shoot 2 for the Hearts.
Prado
Number
gets the
13,
foul.
Omar Rowe.
Omar Rowe at the line. So he got the hoop, and now he gets the, I guess they took the hoop away.
Taking the game for the Hearts, number 2, Lorenzo Washington.
Just had a total brain miscue there over this last one. It's 9-3. I guess they didn't call the continuation. And it's 10-3, 7-point lead for Sacred Heart. Edwards over to Racine. Racine Prado tries to set a screen. Racine and Rowe. That ball's thrown into the backcourt. Tabor fights for it. And a nice play by Edwards to keep it in, but he gave it right back to Tabor. Tabor puts it in to make it a 12-3 game. Largest lead, 9. And Ronan O'Leary now says we need a timeout.
Spartan, the nearest score, Hearts 12, Spartans 3.
4:27 remaining in the first quarter. And if there's anything that the Spartans don't want right now, is for the Heart to run away from them early and then have to play catch up the entire contest. All right, here we go. Prado's going to toss it in. Full court pressure on. Rowe and Lorenzo Washington, who just checked in. They're going to apply the pressure. It's a 2-1-2 trap. Got Tabor playing center field. Edwards tries to go around. Nice move around the back. Spins, moves, throws it up, and they call a travel. Ray Pompano calls Edwards for steps. Washington gets it to Tabor. They move it quickly in order to break the trap. Washington throws it down low to Tierney. He pulls up, gets a runner. Omar Rowe, and he's fouled. Go to the line, and he'll shoot 2. That's Prado's second.
Team second. At the line, shoot 2 for number 13, Omar Rowe.
Omar Rowe going to the line. He's going to shoot 2. Gets a shooter's roll on the first.
Checking the game for Spartans, number 11, Gerald Council.
Coming into the game, Gerald Council. Prado's going to need to take a seat, having foul trouble already. 2 fouls early. And the second one runs off the rim. Watson grabs a rebound and gives it to Racine. Arts coach Jonathan Carroll directing traffic. Racine trying to get some help. Throws it out to Simon, back to Racine. He tries to go in the middle. There's nothing there. And it's thrown out to Simon, or excuse me, to Edwards. Edwards down to Watson. Watson tosses it out to Racine, who pulls up for three and hits. 13-6, cuts it to 7. Spartans needed one, and they got a big one right there from Racine. Ball swung around, pulling up for three. And that comes short, but rebounded and put back in by Jamal Waters, 15-6. Racine goes through the legs and is directing traffic. Rowe checking out Racine. Racine had some trouble. They're in a 2-1-2 zone, is Sacred Heart. Edwards looking to get it started, looks for help, gets it out to Watson up at the top. Watson looks to work it, goes hard to the hoop, and gets nothing. Comes back the other way. Washington goes to the hoop, goes over and under, and in. Largest lead of the game now is 11 for the Spartans. Edwards needs help, gets it from Simon. Simon's got two guys on him, gives it back to Edwards. Edwards with some speed, straight up. One-hander comes up short. Tabor with the rebound. Tabor gives it off. And Tierney's shot missed, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back in. And it's a 13-point difference. Council gives it up to Watson. Watson looking for some help. Loses control for a moment. Throws it across to Simon. Racine feels it, gets a three, and hits. Makes it a 10-point game. They need Racine to get hot from out there. They're going to have to pull somebody back and get it on him if he's going to keep hitting those. Ball goes across the top to Washington. Washington back to Tabor. He swings it around to Rowe. Rowe goes hard to the hoop and finishes with a jam. 110 coming up on that right now. Left in the first. And it's 21-9. Hearts all over the Spartans. Racine has nothing. Makes his way through. Dishes off to Edwards for three. And that one hits the rim, goes over the top of the backboard, and Tabor's got it going with speed all the way across. Dishes it off. Lorenzo has trouble holding it. And Racine jumps in and breaks up the return pass. Coming in is Darryl Coombs for the first time, and Kobe Hunter for the Spartans.
And number 33.
Steve Alseth makes his way to the game. And there's an air ball. Edwards to give it off to Hunter. Hunter sees Watson. Oh, and Watson had a shot at the jam and missed it. There's Racine. And a hard-fought battle for the rebound. Watson gets it, goes up strong, gets the bucket, and a foul. Cutting it to 10 points with 20.8 left on the clock. Real strong play by Watson. After missing the dunk, didn't give up on it and kept going. And now they've got a chance to cut it down to 9. And he converts. It's a 9-point lead with 20.8 left in the first. Tabor gets it across to Washington and back to Tabor as they make it across the half-court line. It's under 6. Tabor's going to have to pull up. He does for a three. That goes in and out and comes up short. And the period is over. After one quarter, it's 21-12 here in Waterbury. So it's a 9-point differential as we head into the second quarter. Spartans on a nice run there. Caleb Sampson, number 5, will throw it in. Throws it into Washington, and we're underway in the second quarter. Sampson's got it. Throws it across to Washington. He's looking for Tabor. That one's broken up briefly by Edwards, but Tabor recovers. Thrown to Washington outside. He makes some space. Tabor, he shoots a 3 that's no good, and Racine pulls down the rebound. He's guarded by Steve Alseth. Ball's brought into Watson. Watson looking for room, makes some room, gets a shot off, but it's blocked by Jamal Waters. How does Tabor get away with that? That was a walk. He went from one side of the court to the other and didn't dribble. But he gets the basket after some hard work under the boards. Edwards loses control, and it will go the other way. I sincerely don't know how Tabor got from one side of the court to the other without dribbling and no travel. Oh well. So Washington gives it up to Sampson and Dak. Thrown across the top. Nice move to get down low. Ball goes in and out. Watson battles for it. And a nice block shot. Waters fighting underneath. And that shot was blocked by Darryl Coombs. Edwards and Hunter will start him out. Goes to Coombs. Back to Edwards. Edwards to Hunter. Hunter's got 2 men on him. Tabor came out. Nice play by Racine to go to the hoop. But Washington makes a nice play and knocks it out of bounds, stopping what was certain to be a good scoring threat there. Fifth foul on the visiting Hearts. Edwards will start him off down below. Looking for some help. Had Coombs for a moment, but he gave it away. Here comes Sampson coast to coast, and he gets the bucket. 13-point lead again, matching the biggest of the game. Sacred Heart answering every push. Watson's got it. Goes across the top to Racine and telegraphed that one a bit to Coombs. Was knocked out of bounds by Sampson. Edwards looking for some help. Gives it to Hunter. He pulls up for a 3, throws up a rainbow and gets the rim. Tabor's got it after Sampson got the rebound. Tabor lost that one, but it came back to him. Here's Washington. He pulls up. That one rolls off the rim, and that's got to be a foul on Tabor. It came up over Racine's back. That's foul number 1, Tabor. Coming back in the game is Omar Rowe. Going and taking a seat is Steve Alsev. Coombs able to give it to Edwards. Edwards going with speed, goes around Tabor. Dishes off to Racine for a three, and he hits another. Back to a 10-point deficit for the Spartans. Racine's getting hot. They're going to need it. Nice move to the hoop, off the backboard, rebounded, put back in, and tucked away by Jamal Waters. Sampson pressing on Edwards. Edwards looks to go coast to coast, scoops it, and gets called for a charge. Connor Tierney coming back into the game, the sophomore, who's 6'11". Taking a seat is Caleb Sampson, had a good successful run. Prado getting ready to check back in. And Tabor throws it down low. Thrown across the top to Washington, thrown back down to Tierney, and that one's blocked by Watson. Struggles with the dribble a little bit there. Stutters and goes through, and he gets fouled. And it looks like he's going to go to the line.
His second, team 7, shooting 1-on-1.
It'll be 1-and-1. You can see Waters and Jonathan they're talking. Stepping out of the game is Daryl Coombs. Back in is Prado. Prado's 6 foot, 195 pounds. And he makes the first. Makes it an 11-point deficit. And this ball will be live. Shoots and hits. 10-point difference between the Hearts and the Spartans. Depending upon where you're looking, the number 1, number 4, number 3 team in the state, Sacred Heart Hearts. And dished out to Tabor, whipped around to Washington. Back to the middle, and nice little floater that doesn't go, but Watson's able to knock it to Racine. And Racine brings it up. Racine's got a pick. And Hunter mishandles the ball. Nice move and nice dribbling. Watson's got it up top. He and Tabor go head to head. A long three for Watson. That goes nowhere. And that hits Hunter and goes out of bounds. A good effort by the young man to try and keep it in, but not enough. 4:14 remaining in the second quarter. Tabor throwing it into Washington. Tabor throws it down low to Waters. Waters goes it back across to Washington. You got to love the way they move the ball. Tabor has the ball taken away from him by Watson, who brings it up into the forecourt. He looks to go to the middle, hesitates, and Tierney's able to come away with it. No foul. Watson not happy that there was no call. And Waters gets mugged, and there's no call. Hunter makes a play, but the ball goes out of bounds. Only 3 fouls so far. Nice play by Edwards, knocking it away from Tabor, the 2 number 1 players on their respective teams. Washington wearing the bright yellow socks. The shoes, excuse me. Socks and shoes. I can't even get those words right today. He's got the ball, passes it outside. That's Tabor for a long three, and he hits it. And we're back to a 13-point difference. Hunter has it and brings it up. Hunter bounced across to Racine. He's got Tierney on him. Tabor, and nice play by Hunter. And Spartan's going to retain it with 3:05 left in the first half. Edwards is going to toss it in. Ball given over to Watson. He and Rowe go one-on-one. That partially blocked, thrown up high, and that goes out of bounds. Prado made a nice try, but crazy hard throw. It didn't help with 2:55 left. Tabor is going to throw it in. Gives it over to Washington. Washington surveys, gets it across, and back to Washington, back to Tabor. Swung around to Tierney. Tabor's got a three, and that one's short. Rebounded by Prado. He gives it up to Hunter. Hunter to Watson. Watson pulls up for a three. That's short. Rebounded by Racine. He's got to be careful, and he gets his pocket picked. And Washington puts it away. Largest points differential of the game. It's 15. Racine. He's got Tierney on him. There's a mismatch. Hunter. I thought that ball went out, but he's able to keep it in. He's trying to get too fancy with the ball. Edwards has it now, and he's now going by Tierney. Kicks it out to Racine for a three. That one rolls over the rim. Watson makes a nice play. Goes hard to the hoop and finishes. Nicely done. Tabor throws it across the top, thrown down low. Waters misplays it. Watson with a good play, but Tierney picks it up. Heath shoots. That one's short. Gets popped out to Washington. He has it. Nobody's on him for the moment. And Tabor loses the ball. Gets it back over to Washington. He's wide open for three. That hits the front of the rim. Washington gets another rebound. He gets mugged and will go to the line. He'll shoot two. 1:19 left in the first half. 13-point deficit right now.
Number 5, Kobe Hunter. His first, team's fourth. At the line, shooting two for the Hearts. Number 2, Lorenzo Washington.
Lorenzo Washington's going to go to the line. Cheerleaders trying to distract him a bit. Washington shoots. Nothing but net. Khalil Simon is checking into the game. And back in is Caleb Sampson. Caleb, C-A-L-E-B. Caleb. So here comes the second shot. And it's a 14-point difference. I'll make that 15. Racine looking to find some space. Gets a pick from Prado. Goes hard. Knocked out of bounds by the 6'11" Connor Tierney. And I'm telling you, I think that young man's 7 feet tall, but we'll see. I'm going to pull a tape measure at halftime. Watson works his way down low. Tierney gets a hand all over the ball. Thrown up front. And Caleb Sampson makes it. 17-point difference. Largest difference of the game. Under a minute to go. They could really use Racine to hit a three here. That would help. And there's a moving pick on Prado. That's his third.
Spartans foul number 24, Alpha Prado. His third.
Prado's going to go take a seat.
Team's fifth.
Darryl Coombs comes back in the game. 35.3 on the clock. And Sampson is going to throw it in. Washington playing his own. Looking to wear the clock down, take the last shot of the half. Washington almost dancing with the ball as he's dribbling it there. And with 15 seconds left on the clock, they're moving the ball. Looking to get it down low to Tabor. Tabor kicks it out. Swung around to Washington. 6 seconds on the clock. Move down into the corner. Tierney takes the shot. Hits the rim and misses. And that one, they're going to count it. Tabor hits it at the buzzer and makes it a 19-point difference as we go to halftime. Halftime score 38-19. The number 4, 3, or 1 team in the state, depending upon which survey you're reading, is now leading by 19 over the home Waterbury Career Academy Spartans. So we'll get the halftime stats for you. We'll come back in a little while, about 8 minutes, and we'll keep you entertained till then. So this is Mitch Beck along with Zach Turner, this DETSportsmedia.com production, here only on Channel 16 and YouTube. Stick around. Here in Waterbury, Waterbury Career Academy, home of the Spartans. We've got the second half coming your way in just a moment. So I got some halftime statistics for you for the visiting Sacred Heart Hearts. Connor Tierney, who I checked with him in between, he is 7 feet tall. He has 4 points. Nate Tabor he's got 9. Omar Rowe has 5. Trayvon Duncan has 2. Jamal Waters has 8. Lorenzo Washington has 6, and Caleb Sampson has 4 for a total of 38. Tabor, Rowe, Duncan, Washington, Sampson all have 1 foul. Jamal Waters has 2. For the home Spartans, Kobe Hunter has a foul. Jonathan Edwards has a foul. The only one in trouble is Rafael Prado. He's got 3. And as far as scoring is concerned, Langston Racine has 9. Marquand Watson has 7. Jonathan Edwards has 3. And that's it in terms of scoring. 38-19, 19-point deficit for a mountain to climb. The Spartans against the Sacred Heart Hearts, who, depending on if you're looking at max preps, they've got them at number 4 in the state. Class 1, they're number 3. And Game Time Connecticut has them at number 1 overall. So it all depends on how you're looking at it. This is a good team. They've scored 596 points, 4, and given up 407, and have won 2 straight. For the Spartans, we will see what they're able to do as Randy Naiman gives the ball to Jonathan Edwards, and we're underway as he gives it up to Racine. Racine moving the ball. Prado's got it. That's surprising that he's starting, given the 3 foul situation. Racine pops a 3, goes off the back of the rim, and rebounded by Sacred Heart. Here comes Tabor. He goes all the way. Ball goes off the glass and rebounded, and there'll be a foul. Jamal Waters heading to the line. Omar Rowe had the rebound, started to play. And we'll see what they're able to do with it. They start early by getting a foul. Chance to make it a 20-point lead. Waters shoots and hits both sides of the rim. And that's Prado's 4th. That didn't take long. That's why I was kind of surprised he came out. But we'll see. I don't think we're going to see him down till the 4th quarter. Second shot is short. Watson's got the rebound. Leading rebounder on this Spartan Spartan team. I almost said broadcasting. I've got Council set up a screen. There's a 3 for Simon. Goes off the rim. Racine loses the handle. Edwards picks it up. Edwards looking for some help. Edwards drives hard, looks for some help, gets it down low to Council, and that ball is stuffed. Connor Tierney used all 7 feet. Didn't even have to get off the ground. Put Council's shot out of play. We're still in the 1st minute. And Watson pulls up for 3. That's an air ball. And here comes Tabor. Tabor tries to get it down low, gives it to Tierney, does a turnaround, little jump hook, and makes it 40-19, a 21-point difference, largest of the game. Edwards gives it off to Watson. Watson looking to make some room. Goes hard to the hoop, but it doesn't fall. Simon throws up the three, and that's no good. Here comes Tabor. Tabor kicks it into the corner. Given back to Tabor, throws it across, and that shot goes in. That was Trayvon Duncan. Duncan and Racine. Racine trying to get him to move. Looks to make move, gets a counsel, give and go, and it works. And they're on the board in the second half. Taborn makes a nice pass into the middle, and it comes up short. Rowe took steps, but they're calling a foul. I guess that was Waters.
Hard foul number 11, Jamal Waters, his third, team's first.
Yep, that's Waters' third. He's in foul trouble. And Racine once again with Duncan. Counsel giving it up to Edwards. Edwards swings it around to Simon. Simon goes to the hoop, gets the runner, and it doesn't go, goes out of bounds, and will stay with the Spartans. 5:26 left in the third quarter. Watson, he goes hard to the net, throws the reverse, and it goes. Nice play by Watson to get that one. Make it a 19-point game again. Tabor throws it across the top. It misses Tierney, if that's possible. And Tierney throws it back to Tabor. Ball's thrown for a three from the corner, and that one is good. That was Omar Rowe. 45-23, 22-point difference. Racine working it outside, goes to the hoop, gets it out to Edwards. Edwards now goes hard to the hoop, and he gets the runner. Nicely done. Tabor. Gets it back, kicks it down low, and a nice move for the jam is Omar Rowe. Once again, 22-point lead. Simon, that's a two, and it goes in and out. Counsel misses the rebound. And Waters sets it up by giving it to Tabor. Tabor wants a three, looks for some help, throws it across, wants the ball. Throws it across the top. Omar Rowe gets it back. Tierney for the turnaround, and the ball comes up short, and Counsel comes away with it and gives it to Racine. Racine making his way into the pivot, dishes it off to Watson, and Watson finishes with a strong jam. 20-point lead, 3:17 left in the third quarter. Tabor picks it up just as it crosses the half-court line, throws it down low, sees the mismatch. Tierney gets the roll, and it's 22. 3 minutes exactly in the third. And we have a whistle. And we've got some subs coming in. Washington makes his way back into the game, as does Caleb Sampson. Taking a seat is Jamal Waters and Trayvon Duncan. Zion Lott makes his first appearance into the game. Racine. Council showed that he was going to make a screen, didn't. Watson, he pulls up for three. That's short. Tierney gets it and gives it to Tabor. Tabor, quick pass up, and look out. Oh, and that one's missed. Watson's got it back. Omar Rowe went for the dunk and didn't get it. Off of a nice feed from Caleb Sampson.
Number 5, Caleb Sampson.
Sampson picks up the foul. 2.5 left, 49-27. Council goes to take a seat. Coombs comes back in. .22 difference. Racine, nice spin move. But he was looking at Tierney and decided to pull out. That could have been a double dribble. And tries for the give and go with Coombs, but it doesn't work. And it will remain with the Spartans as the ball gets kicked out of bounds.
The Hearts number 33, Steve Allison.
Steve Alsif comes into the game, number 33. Going and taking a seat is Omar Rowe. 2:10 left in the period. Edwards looking for some help. Not getting much. And now Watson comes to give him a hand. Watson looks to lull Tabor to sleep. Nice spin move. And he's fouled. And he's going to shoot two. That was a nice move. That's going to go called on Caleb Sampson for the hit to the arm. And Watson will shoot two. 22 points. Makes the first. Racine goes and takes a seat. Hunter checks back in. Backcourt now of Hunter and Zion Lott. Misses the second. Edwards had it for a moment. Tierney picked it up. And they move it through Alsif. And back into the corner to Washington. Washington goes in and out. Gives it to Tabor. Tabor back to Washington. Tabor surveys the territory. Gives it back to Washington. Kicked into the corner and back up top. Washington pulls up for the shot from the line and hits it. Hunter lost it there for a moment. And the long pass up to Edwards. Edwards needs help, gets it off from Coombs. Coombs looks to get it to Watson. And a nice play to get it to Lott, but he misses the shot. Coombs gets the rebound. That one's blocked by Tierney and knocked out of bounds. That's got to be probably the 4th or 5th block shot for Tierney in this game, maybe more. He just seems to be involved in every single play. Sampson goes and takes a seat. Checking back in is Trayvon Duncan. And Watson has it, kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter's calling play number 4, whatever that happens to be. Watson sets the screen, gets the pass back, goes hard to the hoop, and doesn't get the roll, but is going to shoot two.
Hearts foul number 0, Connor Tierney. His first, team's 5th.
A 23-point lead. It's the largest of the game. Watson misses that. Second one is good.
Makes the second.
1 minute left in the third quarter. Tabor over to Washington. They swing it around. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Hearts. (51-29). And ball gets thrown back into the backcourt. Washington advances the ball into the forecourt. Given down low to Tabor. He finishes nicely.
Number 1,
They get 53-29. Less than a minute to go. 40 seconds exactly. Kicked out Watson, and that one's blocked again by Tierney. And a nice shot by Coombs to hit it. 22 points is the difference with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Sacred Heart showing you tonight. This is a good WCA Spartan team, but Sacred Heart is just showing you just how dominant they are. Tierney has two guys on him. Tabor gets the rebound, pops it out, and that was a long shot, and it was blocked. So at the end of 3 periods, the visiting Sacred Heart Hearts 53, the home WCA Spartans 31. We want to thank you again for joining us on this DETSportsMedia.com production of Waterbury WCIAC Varsity Boys Basketball. Mitch Beck, Zach Turner with you tonight, bringing you all the sights and sounds, giving you all the play-by-play that we can. Nice job there by the WCA cheerleaders. One thing about coming here to WCA, they always have good crowds. Always good crowds here. They love their team. So Ronan O'Leary has his hands full. At this point, it's about getting back into this one. When you're down 22 to start the fourth quarter, you got a lot of work to do. Whether they can or not against this team is another question altogether. Seems like just about every single one of the players on this Sacred Heart team is headed for some sort of a high-level college program. Talking to some of the people at halftime, they really feel like a lot of the players on this Sacred Heart roster are not from Waterbury. And I can't answer to that one. But regardless of how it is, the Spartans have got to play with what they have, and they're doing quite a good job. They're trying. And Washington starts with the ball. He looks to get somebody down low. They get it to Tierney up top. And back to Washington. Swung around. A long three. That one rolls off the rim. And a nice play to rebound. Tierney takes a shot. And he hits it. 24, the largest lead of the game. And Hunter. He'll see what he can do. He has Washington on him. Thrown across to Coombs. Coombs gives it to Edwards, who's been very quiet. Watson gives it up to Racine. Racine looks to get some space. Edwards loses the handle, gets it back, throws a floater, and it doesn't go. Tierney gets the rebound, but knocks it out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Spartans. 7:02 to go, 24-point differential. Edwards looks for some help, finds Coombs. Coombs makes a nice move, but that shot gets blocked. Coombs gets the shot blocked again. That's twice right there. Tierney's got to have over 10 blocks in this game already, easily. He's some sort of a player. And ball thrown out to Hunter. Coombs was looking for a return pass. Hunter never saw him. Coombs sets a screen. And he loses the handle. Watson gets it, turns around, and he gets fouled. Makes a nice move going to the hoop.
Goal line, shooting 2 for the Spartans. Number 22, Marquand Watson.
Marquand is going to get another couple at the line.
13, Omar Rowe. His second, team 6th.
Omar Rowe called for the foul, 6th for the visitors. They've used their fouls pretty well, even though they're going to be shooting 1-1 on the next one. At this point, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. Watson hit the first and gets the second. Rafael Prado's going to come in. Coombs is going to sit. Prado playing with 4 fouls. His next one will be his last. Thrown down to Washington. Thrown over the top and back to Washington. Into the corner. Rowe gets it back up top to Nate Tabor. Tabor swings it around. They pull up for the 3. That one is rebounded again by Watson. Watson's been very good on the boards today. Looks to make a move, goes around, finger roll, and it goes. Nicely done. Cut it to a 20-point difference with 6:05 left to go. Tabor doesn't seem too concerned. Dishes it off to Washington. Washington looking to penetrate. Doesn't. Gets it off to Tabor. Tabor goes, skips it across the top. Washington has it. He makes his way to the middle. Watson was coming hard and changed the shot enough for Watson to miss, or excuse me, for Washington to miss it. And a runner, and Tierney goes to make a play on it. And we got a foul in the back court. Omar Rowe is fouled. And if that's on Prado, that's on Prado, then that'll do it. Prado is fouled out. And Gerald Council comes into the game. "20-point difference with 5:33 left in the game. Washington gives it off here to Omar Rowe. And that's picked off by Racine. He telegraphed that one. Racine, with Rowe all over him, gets the bucket. Makes it 18. 5:09, 5:07 to go. And that ball is thrown away by Tabor. He and Jamal Waters don't hook up. So head coach Jonathan Carroll doesn't like what he's seen. Now it's only 18-point differential. So he takes a timeout. Possession arrow favors the home Spartans. So the two teams wrapped around their respective coaches. Prado gave a really good effort. He got 5 fouls. He just wasn't able to keep up speed-wise with these Sacred Heart players, and he's doing a lot of hacking to try and catch up to him. But give credit to the young man, gave a good effort. So 5:05 is left on the clock. Sacred Heart has figured out what they want. Ronan O'Leary heard the horn, but he still has his team around him, and there it is again. O'Leary taking every second that he can. Team huddles. And they head out. Racine, Watson, Edwards, Hunter, and Council. Here comes Hunter. Hunter bounces it off his behind, but regains the ball. Goes through the legs, tries to make a thing, and they've got a hold. And that should put him in a one-on-one.
Hearts foul number 2, Lorenzo Washington, his second, team 7. At the line, shoot 1-1.
And that's what he's going to do. Kobe Hunter's going to go and shoot a 1-on-1. 18-point difference with 4:50 left on the clock. between the Spartans and the Hearts. Nicely done. Makes the first. And misses the second, but Watson is there, makes a play.
Out of bounds remains Spartans ball.
And that one goes off of Jamal Waters. Chance to, it's a 17-point difference, can get it down to 15 or 14. Watson battles in between, loses the ball. And Kobe Hunter makes a surprise appearance here in the broadcast area. And going back the other way is Washington with the bucket. Racine feels the heat from Washington on top of him. Council sets a pick. Hunter for three. That one goes in and out. Edwards tries to make a play. Nice play by Hunter. And he gets the rebound. Battles for it underneath. And he calls the timeout.
Hearts 57, Spartans 38.
19-point lead. Was 24 at one point, so they have battled back somewhat. The Spartans have. Zach Turner, engineering, doing the camera work for us today. One of the best engineers and camera guys I've ever met. Does a great job. Hope you're appreciating it there at home on Channel 16 and on YouTube. I'm Mitch Beck with you. This DETSportsmedia.com production of CIAC Varsity Boys Basketball here in Waterbury, Connecticut. We're at the Waterbury Career Academy, home of the Spartans. It's the Sacred Heart Hearts and the WCA Spartans. And we got 4:15 to go. Nice move. And a jam from Watson. 4:10 to go. And a 17-point difference. And a nice play there by Hunter. Tabor loses the ball. Edwards has got it. He's going to go all the way, and that ball is blocked with authority. Washington's got it, throws it all the way up the other way. And that jam is missed. And I think they're going to call a jump ball.
Yep. 13, Omar Rowe.
Nope, Omar Rowe gets called. He gets called for his third foul. He was holding. And they're in 1-1. Council get a chance to make this a 15-point game.
Taking the game for the Hearts, number 0, Connor Tierney.
Two more, and they'll get 2 on every free throw. Every foul, excuse me. They'll get 2 free throws on every foul. Council shoots the first and misses. And coming away with it are the Spartans. Omar Rowe. That was Jamal Waters who went coast to coast. And the ball is loose. Kicked out. And literally kicked.
Kick ball. Spartans ball.
And the Spartans will come away with it. Down 17 points with 3:34 to go in regulation. Council's going to throw it into Hunter, and does. And the clock starts ticking with 3:30 to go. They're going to start having to throw up some threes and get back in this one in a hurry. Hunter gives it over their best player, Watson. Racine makes a nice move in, penetrates, comes back out. He's looking for some space, gets the runner, and there's Tierney again with another block shot. Tierney gets it to Tabor. Tabor, nicely done by Hunter, who sets himself and takes the charge on Tabor. Nicely done. Timed that one perfectly, got his feet solid and still. Tabor ran right into him. 3:05 left and a 17-point difference. Spartans going to have a lot of shots to make in a very short period of time. Giving over to Watson. He's got Tabor on him. Hunter sets a pick. Kicked all the way out. Nice play by Hunter to get it to Racine. Racine pivots off to Hunter. He shoots a three, and that's short. Council rebounds, and he gets stuffed. That'll be a jump ball.
Jump ball, Spartans ball.
They just can't get the ball past Tierney in his 7 feet. And his stretch, forget it. It's practically on the rim. 17 points to go with 2:42 for the Spartans. Thrown into the backcourt. Racine's got it. He looks to move the ball around Hunter, and he miscommunicate. And we got a turnover. Sacred Heart ball. 2:34 to go. Caleb Sampson's going to throw it in. Gets it off to Washington. And Washington gives a little stutter step and a hop. Gives it to Sampson. Tabor's got it. He's been in the entire game. And Washington looking for somebody to give it to and tosses it away.
Spartans ball.
Ball will go to the Spartans with 2:21 to go. Hunter gives it to Council. Council gives it off to Edwards. Edwards to Racine. And Racine gives a head fake and a nice spin move. Kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards goes behind the back and can't get enough penetration. Tierney comes out. Racine's got it. Racine goes to the middle and he gets fouled. And with 1:57 to go, Racine's going to go to the foul. And that's still going to be a 1-and-1.
His fourth, team's 10th.
So from here on forward, they'll be in the bonus. They'll get 2 shots. Racine shoots the first, makes it.
Langston drains the first. Checking the game for the Spartans, number 45, Justin Parker.
Coming in is Justin Parker for the first time. Edwards goes and takes a seat.
And number 44, Trayvon Duncan.
Washington goes and takes a seat, as does Jamal Waters. Checking in Stephen Alsef. And Trayvon Duncan, and he makes a second. 15-point difference with just under 2 to go. Alsef will bring it up. Sampson gives it up to Tabor, down to Tierney. Thrown across, nice play by Hunter to make a play on it. Sampson hits. And a timeout with 1:32 to go and 17-point deficit for the Spartans. And Ronan O'Leary will talk it over. We will be back with the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans on Friday night when they take on Wilby. I believe Zach will be here with me. And we'll do another game for you. Always a pleasure to bring you the best of CIAC Waterbury boys basketball here on DETSportsMedia.com and Channel 16 and YouTube. .132 remaining. In the game is Zion Lott. Tamir Vines checks in, as does Lawrence Lazaro. Coach O'Leary took out all of his starters. Into the game is Jaden Stallworth as well. So with 1:17, 16, 15 to go. Let's see what we can do here. Sacred Heart. Blocking foul. 1:04 to go.
Arts foul, number 2, Osa High.
So it was a valiant effort by the Spartans tonight. They did their best. And just this Sacred Heart team is just too darn good right now. They've got height, they've got speed, they've got shooters. They got guys who can handle the ball. Spartans are a good team. Nice dunk. Wow. Tremendous play. Lazaro with a beautiful dunk. Outstanding play. Less than a minute to go. And a 15-point difference. Going straight up the middle for the layup is Styles Marshall. So 30 seconds to go. Kicked out to Lott. Lott gives it up. Lazaro looks to go baseline. It's not there. He's double teamed. And he gets smacked with 15.7 left on the clock. And a nice play there by Osa Igbanware. Knocked it back in. Thrown out across the top. Justin Parker has it. He gets tripped. With 13 seconds left, he'll shoot 2.
Arts foul number 14,
Nyron Drummond Manio with the foul. I apologize to the families that listen to this when I brutalize a name. Misses the first. Feel bad about it. Shoots the second and makes it. 13 seconds left on the clock. 16 points is the difference. And they'll just run it out. 2, 1, and that'll do it. So your final score here at the Waterbury Career Academy, the visiting Sacred Heart Hearts 61 and the Waterbury Career Academy 45. So thank you very much for joining us. This is Zach Turner and Mitch Beck along on this DETSportsmedia.com production of CIAC Waterbury Boys Varsity Basketball. Once again, your final score, Sacred Heart Hearts 61, Waterbury Career Academy Spartans 45. Thank you, and we'll catch you on Friday. Have a good evening.